You are someone who at a young age had a dream of becoming a footballer, but at that time your family members did not believe that football is a profitable career. Did you feel betrayed?
There was a story to that. I hawked orange, mango, plantain, banana. I even sold junk clothes. When I came up with the idea, I started playing football. They said, he plays exactly like his elder brother. In fact, they will come to the house to know whether I'm back. My mother will say, he's not back. He's not coming to play football. And I said, your elder brother said he wanted to play football. I allowed him. No football in this house. What I used to do then, I would just fold my clothes, put it in the bag, go, play football, clean up and come back. So one fateful day, I was just in the house. One man was passing, and the man was screamed, this guy is going to be the footballer of our time. Mom just sat down and was all like, okay, footballer of our time. How did you have the chance to go there? They just pull the key from the knob, tie it around the wrapper. So just know that you collect all the beats in the day and you are good.
Do you think it's because of what you went through that you allow your children to express themselves in whichever way they want? Hi there, we're approaching a very significant place here at our podcast Conversations with Valerie, and one simple thing that you can do for us that will make the experience even much better will be to subscribe and to share this video to as many people as possible. And what we're committing to doing is to continue to bring you more conversations. And so till then, let's get into the episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Valerie. Today I'm very excited. I have a special guest of honor. I think that this episode is very special because I'm sitting down today with my dad. Hi Dad, how are you doing?
I'm cool.
How do you feel?
I feel elated.
I feel like this is not going to be a podcast. I'm trying my best to forget that the cameras are here because before we I'm trying my best to forget that the cameras are here because my dad and I talk like this every single time. So I don't know why I'm shy. So maybe we should do like a little icebreaker. So how do you feel like sitting on this couch?
I feel elated, for you to have your own, personal person. You're my personal person now.
Yeah.
And you're on a podcast and she's doing a lot of great things. The strides are there, putting a lot of effort because people don't see how much effort you put behind the camera. I see it every day. I feel your pulse. And for me to be on your podcast, I think it's a privilege. I'm humbled and I'm honored also to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy. So, Daddy, can you introduce yourself to us? Who are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself to us.
Okay. My humble self. My name is Kennedy Chinedum Wankerindu Okezie.
Yeah.
I'm a communicator.
Yeah.
Graduated from Institute of Management and Technology in Enugu. Did a master's with Robert F. Kennedy University in Switzerland, leading innovation and change. And basically, I would say I'm an all-rounder. I don't know. I'm still trying to grapple things. Because if you look at what the Bible says in the book of Ephesians 2:10, it says, for we are God's masterpiece and we are created anew in Christ Jesus. And so we can do the things he had planned for us long ago.
Yeah.
So it's a journey. As long as we're in this immersion process called life, I see it as a journey from where I was born into to where I am today. Yeah. And for me to be on the podcast where my own soul, my own daughter, is the one that is the purveyor of the podcast. It's something that gives me a lot of joy. I can't forget this day.
So let me tell you why I wanted to have you on this episode, right?
Okay.
So I've been thinking a lot about this concept called the death of a dream, right? And I feel like a lot of people are in seasons where God has given them dreams and visions for their life, but due to the waiting process, due to detours in the wilderness, tiredness, fear, anxiety, they feel like the dream is not going to come to pass, right? And when I think of your life as my dad, I feel like what you just said, you do so many things, like, and maybe I got that from you. Maybe that's why I'm the way I am. You do so many things, and you just said something very important that even at this age, you're still learning, right? There's no arrival. You never get to the point where you think that you have arrived at 30 or when you're 20, you keep growing. And so that was really why I wanted to have you, because you are someone who at a young age had a dream of becoming a footballer, like you just said, and that dream did not happen the way you wanted it to go, but then you ended up doing so many other things that has led you back to football.
Sure.
So let's not get there yet. First of all, I want you to take us through your childhood. I know you grew up in the village, you grew up in Lagos, you grew up in Benin. What was your childhood like? Like, what was that like?
Childhood days, I would say it was beautiful. And I would say I grew up from a humble family, but we're not beggars. If eating 3 square meal was something that makes you to be regarded as a wealthy person, I think we're wealthy in that aspect. Because Mama would always cook and give to neighbors and even bachelors, to the point where I learned a lot of things through that process. Imagine the woman will cook at that point. She will ensure that every bachelor living within the compound gets a share of that food, to the point where the woman will not eat and she will have to go and buy bread. And I'll say, what kind of life is this? You cooked and you didn't eat it, and you're giving everybody, and you tell me you will not understand.
Wow.
But I've grown to understand that process, because I've grown to see what it means to reach out to people, even when you don't have it all. Because wealth is not all about having all the vehicles in this life, all the posh vehicles, and having all the houses and living large. It's about how many lives you're able to touch. It might be one single person, and that person goes out there to tell the story. So growing up in the village, Lagos and Benin, wasn't that easy. Yes, when you go to the village, then used to be those posh people that come from town.
You were a posh person.
That's what they used to refer to us now. We come from the city. But when you get to the village, Mama will always make you to understand that, look, you have to go to the farm. You have to go to the farm.
Even as a posh guy.
Posh guy, nobody sends you. So you go to the farm. I remember vividly. Sometimes I look at the kilometers where we go to the stream to fetch water. And I start wondering, how were we able to do it? Imagine me carrying a 50-liter of jerry can, going to and fro to fill a drum. And before you say midday, that drum, the water is exhausted.
And you are the one that will still go back and fetch.
You dare not say they've exhausted the water, because that one, you're going to collect the beating of your life. So you keep doing it. So that's where humility also comes, and hard work. And in all those things, even while living in the city, Mama will also make sure that we go to the farm. She believed that for you to survive, that you need to get something that will sustain you. And it's not all about money. You need to get something like have a farm. So we eat all the fresh foods, like they always say, the maize, the pumpkin, whatever. We have our cassava. I will go, and you see my contemporaries, they'll be laughing at you. So it wasn't so easy like now, when you people are on holiday, or you're having a posh life, relaxing and all that. Holiday for me was work. Because you need to, I hawked mango, banana, orange, sold maize, to the point that my contemporaries then in school, they would basically come to where we are selling maize to come and buy from us, because they just want to spite me. But one thing helped me then, I wasn't a dullard. I would say I was intelligent. Let me all use the word in the past then. Then, when it comes to playing football, I was just too good at playing football. So when it comes to that point, I was a defender. So when it comes to that point, I'll tell them, I'm sorry, I cannot play this match. I want to go and sell for my mother. So they say, no, we will not spite you. I say, it's not a question of spiting me.
So they will insult you when you are going to work. Then they'll come and beg
me to come and play football for the class. And I recall one of the players that played for Golden Eaglets, also Emmanuel Okonebo of Japan 93 team, was my classmate. And Okonebo would say, if Kennedy is Okezie playing, if he's not playing, I'm not playing. So I'm the one that would determine Emmanuel Okonebo, because he had always been a very fantastic goalkeeper to play. And when I say, everybody will be begging me, Emmanuel is not going to play because you are not playing. I say, no, I want to go and sell for him, because I needed that to get into my skin, because it was tough. When you see people will just be laughing at you, they will come and buy and they will tell you, no, this maize is not good. Put it back. I want this. They just want to spite you. But I learned how to take that on the chin. And that is why I've grown up to become that man that if you're going to be my best friend, you need to tell me the truth. My face, and you know that now. You tell me the hard truth. I don't know that this is not correct, and I'll accept it, because I know that this person is saying it from the right place.
Yeah.
Not somebody that will come and tell you, no, everything is fine, go to your back and start, hitting you hard and saying things. So childhood wasn't easy, but it was one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I will never forget.
So this hard work that you speak about, because I think I now have I've heard some of these stories before, but some things I'm just hearing now, right? But this hard work that you speak about, I think it has played such a huge role in who you are now. So let's talk about hawking, right? Because I don't know whether it's because you've told me that you used to hawk before. Whenever I see hawkers, there's this sense of love that I feel towards them, because I'm like, my dad was once one of these people on the streets, right? When I see them running, and at the end of the day, some people are so rude, like they would just throw the thing back at them and they'll drive off. And I'm like, do you know what this person is like? So I want to know, like, how was hawking like? Like, take me to hawking. Like, you, Alex, I'm trying to imagine you now on the streets of Lagos.
Okay, first of all, I recall one incident where I had to go and sell maize. Then there's this, the Faith Tabernacle. Is this Faith Tabernacle in Benin? This Archbishop Benson that holds us church. Then they were building it. So I saw the foundation of that church from the outset. And the guys that were working there, they would just call you, guys with muscles and all that. You see their biceps, you'll be scared of these people. And this guy bought maize from me. And he told me he's not going to pay. How am I going to give account to my mom? I told the guy, I said, bro, you need to pay me. I followed the guy everywhere he was going. The guy will hit me. I'm saying, you just have to pay me. Yes. Hit me. Say, I will beat you. I will do this.
And how old were you at this point?
At that time, I was like 12 years old.
Wow.
And he would hit me. And I would say, no, you're going to pay my money, until I would draw the attention of other workers. When I say, I pay this boy his money now, pay me money now, then I'll get my money. And then I've wasted time, because this is me. I'm supposed to be selling fast to get back home. And getting back home from that hawking of maize doesn't mean you're going to rest. Because there's something else you need to sell. Because when it's that fruit season, Mama will go to the village markets, buy either mango, buy orange, buy either plantain. Once they are ripened, and you need to go and sell. You need to go to every street, nook and cranny, to sell. And most of these times you see your friends, your contemporaries, those ones that are from rich homes, middle class homes, they're in their vehicles. They will just look at you. They will even scream your name and call you. Wow. So it was really challenging. And you need to get to school the next day.
Wow. And you still have to pass your exams.
You just have to pass your exams.
Wow.
So it was really tough. But that toughened me. That's why I said the growth process of achieving what you want to become. Because I hilariously told somebody some time ago, I say, hard work doesn't give you wealth. How? The person said, how? I said, because when I look at those guys that till the ground, that be trying to dig foundation, if you know the amount of energy they use in raising that their hammer and hitting it on that soil, the kind of vibration that you have, you can imagine when they hit something, how everywhere vibrates. That person will do that. Who works harder than those people? Nobody. But yet, they're still lacking those basic, essential things that they need in life. So it's grace. And when you are bound in grace to become a success, there is a waiting time. There's the testing time. There's the nesting time. So it's your ability to understand those moments that will help you to get to the place you want to get to. So hawking period was one of the best period of my life. I hawked orange, mango, plantain, banana. I even sold junk clothes, what they call in local parlance okrika. Because Mama would go to Onitsha and buy clothes, then she will wash them. I'll be the one to iron them. Now you can understand why when it comes to ironing clothes, I'm very good at them. I can iron one whole bag of clothes.
Wow.
Because Mama that is where I learned what a positioning means in anything that you're doing. You know how to put it. There's a positioning, is the place the product has in the minds of consumers. Mama will position her okrika in such a way that when she spreads them and you come to the market, you go for hers, because hers is smelling crispy, nice, beautiful, well ironed. So you are moved. And you're going to pay for that thing that you have done. You know, it was really a beautiful moment, but challenging as well.
Wow. Wow, that's so beautiful. You grew up so fast from hawking to farming at such a young age. So I want to know what now growing into a man was like, let's say from university. What was that process like now that you've come out of your house? Were you still doing those? Or did you gain some independence?
Okay, well, one fantastic thing that I will never forget about our mother, Mama, she was this person that believed that education is the key. Even our dad too believed that education is a key, but the foremost person that was always driving this to the ebb was our mother. I could recall vividly. Whenever there's something that they will ask us to bring in school, you tell her that, Dad will just look at you. If I have studied up to this level, I would have become president. I would have become that. You know, him of blessed memory. But Mama would say, okay, what is it? Okay, don't worry. You get it. As long as it has to do with education. And that started forming my sense of reasoning and to identify the fact that, look, you have to go to school for you to be somebody of repute. If you don't want people to laugh at you, you need to start becoming what you want to become. And to the point that speaking English communication was a challenge, you know, because, you know, whenever you're at home, you either speak the local dialect or you speak pidgin. Nobody's going to correct you. You speak it anyhow. It is what it is. But I just had to be intentional about it. And I started mixing up, and I felt that I don't need to go into my closet to say because people laugh at me or people try to spite me because of my background or because of the things that I do, that the best thing is to show up in their face. And in showing up in their face, they didn't have any choice but to accept me. So I would read, I would study hard when it comes to arguing over something, whether it's subject or whatever. I always have something to say. Because it is when you don't have something to say that they'll just say, I beg, forget, this will not be here with the sell something. But because you have something to say at every point, you have value, you're bringing value on table, then you are regarded as one of us. So most of those guys that are wealthy, from wealthy background, it became my friend. They will come to our house.
Even in university?
Yes, they will come to our house, become my friend. In university, we're living a packaged life now. Life change, you could do things on your own. But this is me. I think this is basically, aside from my family members that I've told about how I grew up, this is basically the first time that I'm coming up in the open to let people know that this is how Kennedy Okezie came to be. So it's all about, I give the credence to our mother. She pushed us and made us realize that education is the key driving force for you to become anything you want to become. And so I imbibe that and never let it go.
Wow, amazing. So now what I want us to talk about is your dream to be a footballer. I know that when you were younger, like you just said, from hawking, you wanted to be a footballer. In fact, you were already playing football. But at that time, your family members did not believe that football is a profitable career because, and I can imagine, because in those days, if you're not a lawyer, if you're not a doctor, if you're not a surgeon or something, you're probably, or engineer, those are the top three, you're probably not serious with your life. But then you wanted to be a footballer. I think you told me that you even had someone from America also coming, was it America, coming to Nigeria, wanted to take you. They took someone else, but you were meant to be the one they would have taken, but your family members did not think think that it was anything of value. So I want to know what that was like. Like, did you feel betrayed? Because now in my own life, you've allowed me to chase my own path. So I'm imagining, because I'm trying to imagine if I'd come to you to tell you I wanted to, which we'll get into, if I told you I wanted to go down a path and you didn't let me, how did you feel when your family members did not allow you become a footballer?
Okay, there was a story to that. My elder brother then, of blessed memory, played alongside Stephen Keshi, Henry Wosu, both are all late now. And these were his contemporaries then at St. Finbar's College. And even when Henry Wosu started playing for African Continental Bank then, ACB, and Stephen Keshi went to New Nigerian Bank, NNB, in Benin. They gave him the license to become that footballer that he wanted to become. But I don't know, I think he was impatient each time he's in the club, when they're not doing well, salaries are not coming, allowances are not coming, he just gets frustrated and say, no, I can't stand this. The moment he leaves, maybe 1 year later, that club will start thriving.
Wow.
The club side, I can still remember vividly the club side that he went to, Leadway Assurance that later become Rancher Bees in Kaduna. There's also Robert Research Institute Football Club that never became Flash Flamingos of Benin. These were club side where he suffered, played at the highest level with them, expecting that, oh, things will work out. The moment he moves, the club will start trying. So when I came up with the idea, I started playing football. They said, he plays exactly like his elder brother. Everybody was like, even when you go to community, to the village, everybody, in fact, they will come to the house to know whether I'm back. My mother would say, he's not back. He's not coming to play football. You know, I was that good. Then, when they now looked at it, and I said, your elder brother said he wanted to play football, I allowed him. No football in this house.
Wow.
So I could understand why they decided to take their stand. That no, focus on school, no football.
Because it didn't work out.
It didn't work out for my elder brother. So what I used to do then, I would just fold my clothes, put it in the bag, go, play football, clean up and come back. So one fateful day, I was just in the house, one man was passing and the man screamed. He said, this boy, people don't know him. This guy is going to be the footballer of our time. Blah, blah, blah. Mom just sat down and was all like, okay, footballer of our time. How did you have the chance to go to I will not forget that beating that day.
She beat you?
Wow.
Oh my God, why?
So, my mom, middle of the night, the moment you see the door shut and they tap you,
when you are sleeping?
Yes, now, you know that's when the beating will, because nobody will come to save you. They just pull the key from the knob, tie it around the wrapper. So you just know that you collect all the beating that day and you are good. You don't just scream, don't allow anybody, you just allow everything, you sing everything. Footballer, how did you manage to go out? How have you been playing football? Because you go out to your uniform, you come back clean. How?
So you were doing undercover?
I was doing undercover. So
you clean up yourself?
I'll clean up, I have extra shirts, clean up, come back.
Wow.
So then too, there was a lesson that I was going after class, after school.
Yeah.
Then I wasn't going to lesson.
Wow.
Thank God none of my children did that. I would just come and just score myself and put. So my mom said, bring all your books.
Wow.
Say, today we are going to that your lesson.
Hey.
And I said, they've not seen me for long. I collected beating of my life. Who sent that man to come and start praising me?
Wow.
So it was like that. Now the point, when I had that opportunity of traveling out.
And how old were you at this
then
point?
I think I've gotten to, I was about 14, going to 15.
It could have been the next Messi.
My mom said, how? Who is going to take care of him? Who's going to be there? I'm not there. No. My mom, then the idea is, they want to go and sell my child.
Yeah,
they want to go and, put him on slavery and all that. So he said, no. That went. I felt bad.
Did you cry?
I cried. Because I felt it was an opportunity. Because the people that I used to like then, Christian Chukwu, Aloysius Atuegu, these people that are now legends, they've retired now. People like Shegodegbami, you watch them then on TV and all that. You want to become like them. It is what it is. So I lost that opportunity. So the last time I thought I would have really, really made it to playing football. Because I wrote a JAM. I wrote JAM, like the first JAM, my JAM was seized. Second one was seized, and I said, look, my work result, I didn't have problem with work. My JAM result, I never saw JAM result. They would just say NR. The first day I went to JAM office, they say NR. And I called someone, I said, what's the meaning of NR? They said, no result. What happened? Everyone was screaming, what did you do in this? I said, I didn't do anything. Second one too. So I now told myself, they write the third JAM, if you see the same, that I'm going to take my bag and just go to where nobody knows and go and pursue my career. And that was when
God said, Messi said no.
I got admission into school.
Yeah.
So the last screening that I went to that really broke my heart was the Rangers feeders team screening. I was training there at Enugu, training very well. So we went to that feeders team training. I didn't know that it was the last day. I only got to got the news very late that they are screening. I got there, so the coach pushed me. I said, "Where have you been?" He said, "Do you know anybody that knows the chairman?" I said, "I don't know anybody." He said, "The only slot remaining is left for the chairman." So the chairman is the only person that can come now and say, "I felt bad. I cried that day. Felt terribly bad." And then that was when I started seeing my contemporaries that were playing then in Benin, Festus Okora, Emmanuel Okonebo, Charles Okonedo.
Did they travel?
They played for the Nigerian Japan 93 under 17 squad that won the World Cup in Japan then. And I felt bad. Even though I was happy that we won, but I was seeing my contemporaries. Because I remember one guy vividly, Charles Okonedo, the one we were playing. Charles will watch us from the sideline. It's when we are tired that Charles will come in to play. But Charles became the linchpin of that team. Him and Blessing Ayam played in the central defense. So it was really painful. First was Okonrai, Manuel Okonebo, the goalkeeper then. So I just said, look, just focus on what you want to become. There are always other avenues that you can use to achieve your dreams.
Wow. And why I really wanted you to share these stories, because I feel so touched, because you let me chase my dreams, right? And I just want to say this because I studied law, and then I came to you after law school, just telling you that I don't think I want to practice law in the way, in the traditional way people practice law after law school. And I remember just like, what would you say about this? Like, I was going over the idea in my mind. Like, I was in law school, everybody was applying to the top tier law firms. For me, I was just like, I tried to picture myself in the law firm with all this thing, and I could not, because you already had this dream where you told me that after you graduate, you have your own chamber. I was like, I have my chamber. I'm like, I don't know if I want to have my chamber immediately I graduate. And you already had this dream for me, and I didn't want to, dash your dreams. But I remember just knowing that because we talk so well, and I knew that you listen. I was like, okay, let me be honest with him and tell you. So when I now made the decision, this was January of 2024, after law school, and then I remember having that call with you where I was just like, Daddy, I don't think I want to apply to a top law firm now, like for the first years or after. And you were like, okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, I've not figured it out yet, but I think I want to try something in media. I had just opened YouTube in 2024 December, so I was like, I've started this YouTube thing, I don't know, I just want to try. And you were like, okay, you have my blessings, It was Mom that was finding me hard. Oh my God. My mom could not comprehend what I was did not comprehend what I was saying. Every time she would come and meet me, she would say, "Oh, did she apply now? Apply to this law firm. Look at this one that your friend is working at." I was like, Mommy, I could not physically phantom. I don't have anything against 9 to 5.
I know.
But I could not phantom see myself. There was no amount you could pay me at that time that would make me feel happy doing that. At least for now. Maybe later in life it would unfold, because never say never. But then at that time I was just like, no. But just hearing you say this, do you think it's because of what you went through that you allowed me to, you were like, because you're literally kind of that allows his children do what they want to do. Like, as long as you feel like they have a clear sense of where they want to go, I think you really allow them. So do you think it's because of coming from your background of knowing that you wanted to do football, that you allow your children to express themselves in whichever way they want to?
Yeah, I'll practically say yes, because at that point when I was going through those processes and trying to get out of them, sometimes, your mind will just take you back and say you would have been better than this if you had pursued your dream. And I think one of the things too that I also felt that I did not do then, because I don't want to say I want to blame my parents. I think the onus lied on me for me to have defined my purpose. But one of the biggest challenges that youth, even a lot of people have, it's not only youth. A lot of people walk through the length and breadth of every street across the world, not knowing what their purpose is. Because they want to do everything. But what is your purpose? The moment I discovered that you need to understand your purpose, and when you understand your purpose, that you run with it. It might not come successfully immediately, but you will see that when somebody wakes you up in the middle of the night, say, Valerie, I want you to do this. You see that you don't need to go and look for a book. You just click. That is your purpose. And a lot of people don't know, because some people want to be like, Obasanjo. I want to be like Buhari. I want to be like, no. What is your God-given purpose? Because God, I always say one thing. In an analogy, I say God, let's take God as an artist. Every artist that I've seen, each time he creates a work, he will tell you that's the best work I've ever created. And you will be looking at the artwork. What is in this artwork? I cannot understand.
Yeah.
He's seeing it from a different perspective, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
So you can imagine God being an artist, sitting down to create somebody in his own image.
Yeah.
He's not going to create a nobody.
Yeah.
So all of us have got a divine purpose.
Yeah.
So I told myself from that point that every challenge that I went through, I don't want to see my children go through it. You guys don't even know what it takes to farm. Have you ever been to a farm? No. So these are the things. And I said, I will give them the license for them to express themselves. As long as it's not in the negative. But whatever that gives them joy, that lifts up their faces with a smile, I'm in support of it.
But then how did you, because I can't remember, how did you react when I told you I did not want to practice law?
I didn't react. I just said, okay, she's beginning to define her purpose. If you recall, nobody told you should go and study law in the house. Nobody told you should go and do this. Mom was the one that was saying, it was assigning courses to everybody. I would just say, leave them. Let them choose what they want. Just leave them. This person will do medicine, that person will do this. I say, just allow them choose what they want. Because I didn't want anybody to go through that struggle. I'm trying to impress my parents. No, just do your thing. As long as it's something that put bread and butter on your table and you lit up your face with a smile. So that's your divine purpose. You pursued relentlessly. So when you told me, I didn't find myself out of place. I wasn't upset. I was just happy. And the other aspect is, how do I support you? Because now you will be able to channel your energy, your strength, your focus on something. So the next thing is, how am I going to support you? How are we going to rally around you to make you believe? Because sometimes you still get these butterflies in your tummy that, am I not disappointing my parents? And I keep telling you that, no, stop thinking that way. We're super proud of everything that you're doing, everything that you're achieving, because it's a journey. And that journey doesn't end. You don't stop dreaming until the day you now start saying it's not possible. So it is only when you now saying it's not possible, I'm old. You are not too old to be anything you want to become. Even as I'm talking to you now, I'm on a journey. I'm going towards, I've not even completely fulfilled my purpose in life. So it's a journey, and everybody must understand that, because I'm not trying to copy somebody to become somebody. It is something that is innate, it is built, and it's for me to go out there and express it. So that is the license that I've given to every one of you. So when you came and said, Daddy, I want to do that, I said, fantastic. Do what you want to do. Just be you. And don't allow anybody to make you feel less of whom you are. And I'm so super happy and return all the glory to God, because sometimes when you have those innate feelings, it is God that also gives you the grace, because you can also break down. There are some people that you talk to from now till thy kingdom come, they will still not be able to pick up themselves. But you're able to understand what you want, and here you're driving it. And I'm super happy.
Thank you, Daddy. So I want, like what you just said, because when I decided to do that, make that decision, I had no idea where money was going to come from. Like, I was jobless. All I knew was, okay, I'm under my parents' roof. I can make this decision because I'm under their roof. I'm not looking for a house, right? I know a lot of people have that luxury of chasing their dreams because they need to provide food. But I was under your roof and everything. But then, like you just said, like, you really allowed me. And I think that that's something I'm really grateful to you for, because
Thank you.
This past day has just been such a, like, if you did not allow me and just let me be, we always talk about this, I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I just, like you said, feel like I'm not impressing you enough. Like, you know, when I took that decision, I was like, my mates are earning this amount. I was earning nothing. I was just making YouTube videos with 0 naira in my account.
But I believed in you.
Yeah, it's in from my parents. What? And I just felt like, as the firstborn, like, I wanted to be able to, you know, say, oh, Mommy, I bought this for you after the month, or I did this for you. Mommy, take this. But I couldn't do that. Instead I was collecting, and I didn't want to ask you for anything. But during that time, you just sending me money every month. I was so embarrassed, because I was like, I want to be the one to be doing these things for you in your old age, right? But you were the one doing it for me, and you were like, honestly, I don't care if you are how old, I will still do it even if you are in your 50s. And I was like, I think I broke down one day and I really cried, and I was just like, thank you, Jesus, for the kind of dad that I have. So thank you, Daddy,
thank you too for lighting up our faces with smiles. You never disappointed. And you guys are the best part of my life. I always say you are the best part of my life. Anytime I look at, I'm this kind of person that I'm critical of myself. Maybe that is where you also took it from. Sometimes I just sit down and present and say, I've not achieved nothing. I'm not. Then now I look back at you guys, I feel proud. And I just glorify God. Because I know some parents that are still going from church to church, doing praying and fasting and all that, for God to change the lives of their worlds and all that. And here we are blessed with children that know God and fear God also. So for me, that is what money cannot buy. So you don't have to put yourself under any pressure to buy me anything.
You guys have put myself under so much pressure. Like, no. I feel like every time you tell me I'm doing well enough, I feel like you're lying to me. So sometimes I'm just like,
but I'm a blunt person.
I know you're not lying to me, but in my head I'm like, I need to do this. It sounds all good and you are a high achiever, but it also has this very bad place where you can't even find rest. Like, it feels like no matter what I achieve or no matter what I do, I just push it behind you. Yes, there's a place for that where you should not focus on the applause and you should push it aside. But I feel like sometimes because of the pressure, maybe because I'm the firstborn, so I'm like, I want to do this for my parents, I want to do this. And you're always just like, Oluchi, I never asked you to do this. I've never asked you to be a provider. I've never asked you to be this, but I'm like, no, I want to. And I just want to really, use the opportunity to thank you, because I mean, my journey into media started with you buying me my first tripod stand, my first lights, my first everything. Like, you really invested into it, even when none of this was happening. Like, and I'm just so grateful that I have you in my corner. And so I want to go into the fact that we're talking about not letting your dreams die, right? And you shared your story with Arsenal and how, you wanted to be an Arsenal player. I know you wanted to be an Arsenal player. And that dream did not work out. But then you went ahead to do multiple other things in between, right? So I want you to take us through that. I know you did multiple things. You've done journalism. You've worked with NTA, I think. You've done multiple things. I want you to take us through that journey where you had a vision for your life. It didn't work out. You didn't stay there and say, I had the worst parents in the world. You decided to do other things. So take us through those other things, because I find that I'm kind of walking in your footsteps where I've done different things that I'm not even sure where they are going to add up to. But there's just this faith I have that one day will make sense. Because when you read the Bible, everything that David did, and I'm studying David right now, it didn't make sense, right? I mean, what does being a shepherd have anything to do with being king, right? But he went from shepherd to musician, to serving in Saul's army, and then to being king. And I'm sure when he was serving with the sheep and looking at his brothers going to war, he probably felt like, why me? Like, why do my brothers get to do this, but I'm just here taking care of sheep? But not knowing that everything that he was doing were transferable skills. God was training him to be a shepherd, because one day he will be king, right? And when he's king, the idea of being a good shepherd would help him. God knew that heart of a shepherd will help him take care of his sheep, which is God's people. So I'm wanting to know, now that your dream died of being a footballer, you're seeing your peers, everything you went through in your childhood with people taunting you and insulting you, you never fell down and just stayed there. But you went to try multiple other career paths that did not make sense in light of what you wanted to do. So just take us through that part.
Okay, first of all, when I studied mass communication, the overall idea is that when you graduate, you're going to become a journalist. And I look at the life of journalists in Nigeria. I look at them, and I recall working with NTA Abeokuta then during my youth service days. I didn't work as a corper because I was given grade A assignments. I remember.
What's grade A assignments?
Those assignments that can be given to only top-notch journalists within NTA then. They don't give it to any other people because you're going to be interviewing top personalities. So I recall my boss, Ademola Oladoshu. That day, we had a death in number of personnel that was supposed to go out to work. And the man looked at me. He came to the editing room. And I said, Omo Ibo, And I turned to him. And I said, you're going to do this job, but my job is on the line. Because if you don't do it well, I know I'm going to be getting a bashing. There was nobody, and he told me it's a grade. Like, that's when I understood that you have grade A assignment and all that. And I gave him that job. I've never done that before. So I started digging deep, asking myself questions. What are the things that I need to do, to get better, to make the job? I went to meet the guy in the editing room. What are the things? The guy told me the things to do. The guy told me if I can do a presentation where I'm talking without holding a script and all that, that will make my presentation great. I should do an intro and outro. I should be able to do that. And the event is that day.
And he just told you this?
Just told me. We're just in the, normally those top journalists, they will go out. Either will follow them. That day I didn't follow anybody. I just sat in the newsroom and the assignment came.
Wow.
Every other person was booked.
Wow.
And they needed somebody to be there. He gave me, had a lot of butterflies in my tummy. We went to do the assignment, came back. By the time they edited it, the guy that was editing it in the editing room said, "Are you sure you are the one that did this job?" I said, "I'm the one that." He said, "Let me see the intro." You are the one that did it. So now started telling that this guy is a seasoned journalist. So they should employ this guy. So that's how I started working. And in fact, I was no longer regarded as a core member. I was assigned when they assigned.
You were in NYS? Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
When they were assigning jobs to every other person in the morning, I'm being assigned. My contemporaries that are core members too were like, that where you find this your long leg, bro.
Yeah.
So I'll always be dedicated doing my job. I'll come back. Mr. Aladesho will tell me what I did not do correctly. He will show me how to edit my script and all that. Did all that. And so after service year ended, they wanted me to stay back, but they needed an approval from Abuja.
Yeah.
Because then NTA was like having what was it called? They were reshaping and reorganizing things then. That was when Ben Bruce became the general manager and all that. So then I said, how am I going to wait? For how long am I going to wait for this approval to come from Abuja? I need to do something. Then I told myself, if you're going to work as a journalist, you will suffer first. So. And I said, if I have to practice journalism, that it has to be my own thing. That's when I veered off.
You left NTA?
I left NTA because after my youth service, I was still with them. I waited 3 months after. Nothing has come. They're still telling me, oh, be patient. We've told them that you are our best guide. We need people to work and you are going to say this thing. You can't be here. You're thinking about how to put bread and butter on your table. You are here 3 months. But how you know what is happening, you are we don't finish.
Yeah.
So the best thing is for you to just move ahead and look out for job until I secure the job. But something was burning in my head to still chase my dream and I wanted to do something that has to do with sports. I said, if only I'm going to do something in journalism, I'm going to do something that has to do with sports. Luckily, my senior brother then started publishing football magazine. So, and at the moment he saw the idea, I said, I'm in. So, football magazine, I became an assistant editor in football. I was contributing to football magazine. We were doing a lot of stuff. So I would come to Lagos, contribute to the story and all that. So the first day that I had my byline, my story and byline on the magazine, I was so happy. Like I won a trophy that finally. So I could not speak that language of football. So I said, okay, this is it. That the thing is coming home. It's coming home. So gradually, I started nursing this idea of having a sports channel. Started thinking about it critically until one or two things happened. Gave the birth to the birth of Arsenal Fans Beat. And that's how it started. And I kept saying that I needed everything to be in sync, everything to be well. And I kept hearing the voice that say, just start anyhow. Sometimes when I go back to look at our first episode, I laugh. Because it was so horrible, the sounds were bouncing and all that was so terrible. But in that terrible aspect, based on my point of view, people were still applauding it. They say, you are doing well. So that's how I got started. And I just realized that I never left football.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
still held on to that. And one of the big dreams is for us to go to the Emirates.
Yeah.
To go and really cover a live match there. And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's all about, and one of the driving forces that I have is that book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 that says that the vision is made for an appointed time.
Yeah.
So you wait for it.
Yeah.
Though it will tarry.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
For it will surely come to pass.
Yeah.
So there's the tarrying time, there's a waiting time.
Yeah.
So the question is, how are you able to wait? Because sometimes the waiting can be endless.
Yeah.
You don't see no leeway.
Yeah.
But if you know your purpose, you find out that waiting time is one of the testing times you have to go through in order to get to the nesting time.
Yeah.
Because there is nobody that's grown up to adults today that did not crawl before running, before even standing, before running. So everything has a time. And you have to go through that timing. Yeah. There is no shortcut. I always tell people humorously, I say there is no shortcut for you to get to Benin. Yeah. You want to get through Ore, it's still road. Yeah. You want to get any road, you just have to go through. Even if you want to go by air, it is still a process. Yeah. So your ability to assimilate those things and keep your eyes focused on your purpose. Yeah. And never allow anything to drain you. Because if you take a plant, every plant that is planted dies first before it comes back to sprouting alive again. Yeah. And it takes a process. Yeah. So those are literally little examples that I used to really spur myself into action. Yeah. So the dream of becoming a footballer did not actually die completely. Yeah. Now I'm talking football. Yeah. Wow. I think that God is so intentional because you moved from wanting to be a footballer, but God found a way. You know how they say God causes all things to work together for your good. Exactly. Because now, if you don't know, my dad has a YouTube channel that you guys should subscribe to. It's Arsenal Fans Beats, and he basically shares videos about Arsenal. That's why I'm such an Arsenal supporter. And sometimes I'm like, why have you put me in this trap? Because and he's so amazing at what he does, and I'm really like as your daughter, like I'm really proud of you. Like, thank you. He reached 1,000 subscribers before me. Yeah, making me blush. And I was like, how did my own father? Like, I remember when I was stuck at a certain number, and I was like, Daddy, I'm not happy. Like, I'm still at this number. And, you know, and I was looking at his subscribers, and I was like, and he has created over how many videos that I could not even have dreamed of creating, right? So basically, you're doing better than I am. But then sometimes when I want to feel discouraged, right? Like I feel like the Spirit leads me to your channel, and I see the number of videos you've created, and I'm like, Valerie, calm down. You've never started. Like you want to give up. I've never made up to 100 videos on YouTube. You've made over 300. 700, like, 700 plus. 700 plus videos. Yeah. And I'm like, Valerie, you've not even started. I'm like, Valerie, when you make your first 700 videos, if you want to give up after then you're allowed to. So I'm really, really, really proud of you. Thank you. And I just want to say this, right? I feel like you're such a good dad. Thank you. Like one of the reasons. You're making me blush too much. You are such a good dad. Thank you. I think at the beginning of this podcast, you mentioned something that you're a communicator. I think you took the concept of being a communicator not just as a career path, which is that you do motivational speaking and all of that, but you are a good communicator in your family also. So for context, we grew up with my dad always traveling, not always being around, right, since I was young. So I've lived with you not being around and everything, but then I never felt it. I don't know how to describe it. Like sometimes when I thought, like I remember I was talking to my friend, she was like, when last did you see your dad? And I was like, oh, 20. And she was like, what? I was like, you know, I don't even feel it because you are such a good communicator. Thank you. Like we talk morning and night. Like when I wake up in the morning, I call you. Oh, geez, for very long. My mom used to be very jealous. Mom is very jealous. Like, oh, geez, I'll tell you, I just did this. If I need advice, you're the first person I'm running to. If a client reaches out to me and I don't know what to price, I'm calling you. You know, we think the same way. And it's just such a privilege to have a dad that you can run to for different things. Thank you. But not just even career. In terms of you listen, I don't know how you do it. It's like how you are. I cannot see you for 2 years. But I don't feel that I've not seen you for 2 years because we talk, you just make us feel so sane. So I want to know, like,
how are you such a good dad? Because not a lot of people. I remember in uni when I used to call you and I'll be like, Daddy, how far? And people will be like, is he your father you're talking to? And I'm like, yes, my dad, and not everybody has had this opportunity to have a dad like this. But I'm sure that we are going to be speaking to men who one day have their own kids. How did you learn to be such a good communicator with your children, where I can open up to you about anything, I can share, and it didn't just start today, like since we were young.
No.
I don't think you've ever beat me before. Okay, maybe just once.
The last time I ever spanked you was when you were 8 years old.
Yeah, I probably did something
because you were very restless.
Probably did something very. His mom that used to. Oh my god, my mommy. I love you, mom, but then like I want to know. There are many men who are going to be watching this who they did not have. They probably have fathers that they feared. And especially in this generation where there's a lot going on between men and women online. True. How did you learn to be such a good communicator and a good father with your children?
Okay, growing up, we had this neighbor. Each time he comes back home, everybody will recline into their shell. What is happening? You come out, even though me too, mom will always want you to study your books and all that. I still have the leverage of going out to play and all that. They will never come out. And I start wondering, is this the way that parents are? I think I can't even remember my dad spanking me for one day. The person that gave me the beating of my life is mom.
Who is the mom?
Mom will be smack you at every given time once you go out of line. But while I started growing up, one day I sat down. I think there was a piece that I wrote about I wrote the Superman dad and the real dad. It was one of the articles that I wrote in Lafayette magazine.
Which is his magazine, by the way. My dad owns a magazine. Just for context,
So, and I was now trying to analyze how fathers are. We all know that you are the Superman in the house. Everybody knows that you are the head of the family. Why do you... Okay, now I think I'm missing the point. I recall vividly in the house, Onyekachi, your younger brother, he was just like 7 years old. I just came in from the living room, took the remote. The guy, normally he doesn't sit down and watching. He always lie down. And the guy was watching. I didn't even take note that the guy was. I just changed the channel. And the young man said, "You couldn't even say excuse me." Like,
it's a lie.
I didn't know where that came from. I looked around and he didn't say a word. He just
at 7.
At 7, say, "You didn't even say excuse me." So I just changed the channel back to what he's watching. I went back into the room, and your mom came in and said, "What is it?" I said, "Do you know what?" Onyekachi just told me. Mom said, "Yes now." When I told her, I said, "Yes now." He said, "Yes, we know that you are the one that bought it, but can't you just say excuse me?" So I learned something from them. Remember, growing up, I've already realized that I don't experience this. And I said, is this normal for a father to come to a house and nobody can talk to their dad? They will now, if they ask us to buy something in school, you need to be the one to come and tell the dad, to convince the dad that yes, it's true. They ask us to do this. When me, I'll just come home and just say it the way it is. When the money is ready, they give me. So I told myself, I said, I'm not going to shape in my home to be like this. So, but what that young man said at that point also impacted on me. So I said, my children are going to be my best friend. I'm going to relate with them. You know the way we play at home now? A guy, how far now? We'll just talk. One time, your kid's sister on campus was talking to me. I said, "Hey, babe." And her friends were like, "Yeah, so you have a boyfriend?" Said, "No, I'm talking to my face. It's a lie." So when they now put this in on video, and I thought, "Oh, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir." They were like surprised. That how can you be talking to your dad like this? So I grew up telling myself that my children are not going to go through those things that I went through, because those things can really take your children out from your presence to another person. Because if your children cannot confide in you in what is challenging them, they turn to some other person out there, you've lost them. So they need to become your best friend. If there's anything that happened to them, you'll be the first port of call that they will call. Share their vision, their ideas, whatever relationship. So you are able to advise them as their friend. Not that, because when they know that If I tell him now, he'll come and start shouting and let me just keep quiet.
Yeah.
So tell some other person out there.
Yeah.
The person will now start shaping their ideas, their thoughts, their vision into something else. So I told myself that it's never going to be. I think the landmark of change that made me to really say, look, my children are going to be my friends. They're going to be my paddy. They're going to be my children. They're going to be my best pals. Was your younger brother at that point telling me that you couldn't even say excuse me. So I can't even take a remote now and just take it and just change.
Yeah.
You know, because I've been shaping to understand that, look, you are the dad. Everybody knows that you are the dad. You don't need to come and be like a Superman.
Like ego.
Keeping everywhere tensed. Yeah. It's not as once in a while you get upset at things that they didn't do correctly. But it's not like something that happens every now and then.
Yeah. But I think you doing that helped me really, when I gave my life to Christ, really understand the fatherhood of God. Because you just said something that in those days, when you go to your friend's house, they cannot ask their dad for something. And it's really that thing where you have to go through your mom, to go through another person to convince. But I remember sometimes when I would be struggling to ask God for something. Because, I don't like to ask for things, Even in uni, when I would need money, I won't ask you because I struggle to ask, right? And I remember when I was struggling to ask, you just send the money. And then you say you heard from my voice that when I'm broke, you can hear from my voice. Nah. And then you send it and I'll be so happy. But there was something that God told me one time. He said, Valerie, you see the way that Bible verse that says, who among you would ask for bread and then your father will give you stone or like a snake. And he was like, Valerie, the same way, even when you don't ask, your father gives. How much more me? So having that relationship with you made it very easy for me to, just understand the concept of fatherhood and what that means. So just tying everything up, right? I really want you to, speak to the audience listening, someone listening who feels like, you had a dream of being a footballer and that dream did not die, because right now you're still chasing your journalism. It has transformed, it has morphed into something else that would not have been what you imagined. But yes, God is so kind and intentional that even if you did not, I'm sure David wanted to be, if he couldn't go to battle, he probably said, I'm going to be the best shepherd there is, the best shepherd in Israel. And that's basically what you did, at every point in time. You ensure that you were the best at what you did. When you were a hawker, you were the best hawker. You were the most profitable hawker. When you were a farmer, when you were a stream fetcher from water, you ensured that there was water there. Right? When you were doing your magazine for your brother, you did it well. When you were at NTA, at every given time, you did it well. And there are lots of people who are at seasons of their life where they're like, I hate this place that I am. But if only they could see that that's not the end. But if they can serve faithfully with that, God will add even more to them, right? So I want you to just say a word to, like, an advice to someone out there who is watching this, who is like, I wanted to do this. There are people who have parents who are not supporting their dreams. There are people who want to do things. Their parents, they can't even dare mention they want to switch from one part to the other. What word do you have for that person to continue and keep going?
Okay, it's just simple. One thing is discovering your purpose. I've said this before. Once you discover your purpose, you need to run with it. The key driving force is, what is that thing that you are good at? You need to sit down and think critically that, what is that thing that you are good at? That somebody wake you at the middle of the night and say, I want you to get this done. You don't need to go and start looking for your book or your journal to read. You can just give something at that point. That is your purpose. And there is no purpose that just come and transform into reality without effort, without work. Even trying to become a footballer then requires a lot of hard work. Can recall, I need to wake up very early as 5 a.m. I've gone to jog. I have to get back on campus. I have to go for classes by 8 a.m. Your body aches. That sometimes you wake up in the morning, your body will say, no, I'm not ready to go out. You tell the body, you need to go out because I'm in control of you. You're not in control of me. So once you discover your purpose in life, you need to be in control of this immersion process called life. And the overruling, riding thing that you need to do is hold God as your armor. Because whatever you want to achieve, without God, we are nothing.
Yeah.
He's the one that is going to orchestrate your paths.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning. Look at what happened before we started. We had to put everything to the hand of God.
Yeah.
Because you understand the place of God and the place of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
That they are really in charge. Because anything can go wrong here. But because of committing into the hands of God, everything will go smoothly, because that is the belief that we have.
Yeah.
So what am I saying in essence? Once you know your dream, no matter what, whether your parents say, no, you should go and become a doctor, you want to fulfill your parents' dreams, go and fulfill their dreams, but never allow your purpose to go down the drain. I think one of the biggest mistakes that I made, because I would never blame it on my parents, is that I still did not hold it by the gauntlet and say, okay, I'm going to do this, but whatever it takes, I'm going to get to that level. Because if I could be playing football for a very long, close to 2 years, that nobody knew that I was playing football. Yeah. And all of a sudden, one day, one man came and just opened up and said, this guy is very good. And they're wondering, how did this guy go to play football? Is it not the same guy that we always see at the right time? Yeah. So, but because I did not chase it the way I ought to chase it. So my advice to young ones is that once you discover your purpose, hold on to it. Let nothing take your purpose away from you. You must add vigor, determination, desire. Without desire, without purpose, dreams will be dreams. So you need desire, you need determination for you to actualize your dreams and turn them into reality. With God on your side, you will definitely get to your Canaan land.
Wow, thank you so much, Dad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me on this episode.
I'm humbled.
Thank you.
And I'm honored too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, you guys, one thing that you must do for me at the end of this episode is to, first of all, subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my dad's channel. This man does a lot of work. Please subscribe to his channel, Arsenal Fans Beat.
Thank you.
Subscribe to them, comment, tell them they're doing a good work. And we hope that this episode has blessed you. I hope that you go forward. And if you're in a season where you feel like you've lost your dream, I hope that this sparks up something in you to go forward and achieve your purpose. So till we meet again, bye guys. I'd say bye.
Yes, bye.